Fimi X8 Mini V2 and Fimi X8 Pro updates. Got that coming up next. Bill the Drone Reviewer here. If you like the content of this video or anything on my channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. With that, let's begin. The other night I hosted Rotor Talk Live and we spent a considerable amount of time discussing all the latest regarding the Fimi X8 Mini V2, including the specifications, pricing, availability, and we also did an update on the Fimi X8 Pro. So without any further ado, let's roll that clip in its entirety. If first you don't succeed, try again, okay? We all know, okay, we all know the first Fimi Mini, and I'll just mention one name, okay? Our good friend Marcus Crawford, all right? Poor Marcus. I swear he had the luck of just some incredibly bad luck with his mini Fimi Mini. Okay, it was just, I don't know how many iterations he had. I think he had at least three, if not four, if I'm mistaken. If somebody else knows that, feel free to drop that in the comments. But you know, on the other hand, for me, mine was I did all the calibrations and everything before I took it out, and it didn't have the issues that everybody else had. I mean, it it was fairly flawless from that kind of a standpoint. It was a boring drone for me. It really didn't do a whole lot, but it had its range wasn't the best, and the video quality wasn't the best, even though we're going to talk about the new one here coming up, and this is coming on the heels of Fimi's X8 Pro release, and we're going to talk about that here in a second as well too. Um, yeah, drone juice. You know, the one, and I want to say this, okay? You know, I look at Fimi. I look at two drones here, other drones that I've had, other than DJI and Autel, and I've had an Autel drone before. All right, I look at Hubsan and I look at Fimi, and I can tell you this. All right, of those two, I had the most difficult time getting a Hubsan to maintain just a hover. All right, let alone go out and film anything. All right, it was incredible. My experience with the original Hubsan Zeno was a disaster. All right, and it was toilet bowling. It flipped over. It was just and I say what you will. Okay, I will say this with the Fimi, even though I had some issues with mine, Fimi replaced it because of that signal interference, the X8 2020. I never had any of those problems. Okay, it could maintain a hover, and it's 2022 that I had. It could maintain a hover. The big issue obviously was the horizon tilt, and it was getting better in the 2022 that I had. And I just want to say right there, all right. So it's gonna be real interesting to see what happens with this mini. Now let's bring up. I want to bring up some specs here because and some information on this because I want to get you guys up to speed on this. All right. All right. Fimi X8 Mini V2 camera drones, $299. All right. And you get the remote, intelligent flight battery plus, propellers, charging cable, gimbal cover, and USB cable. All right. Main features: Rock Link 9 kilometer image transmission distance. It has a 37-minute flight time. 250-gram class ultralight design. Now that's depending upon the battery. If you purchase the extended battery, it goes over 250 grams. Okay. It has a Type C fast charging battery, smart tracking modes, new SoC technology, and built-in 2T AI computing power can identify and stably track up to 30 kinds of targets such as human beings, cars, boats, and animals. All right, that's interesting. All right. 4K camera with 3-axis mechanical gimbal. The Fimi X8 Mini V2 combines a micro 3-axis mechanical gimbal weighing only 28 grams and the latest professional control algorithm for much improved accuracy of 0.005 inches, providing smooth and stable aerial images even at high speeds and in strong winds. Level 5 wind resistance. That's a good thing. 9-kilometer distance, 3-axis gimbal, 37-minute flight time, 250-gram class, ultralight design, smart tracking modes, one-tap video, night shooting, powerful planned shooting. Okay, and we know what the package includes on this. All right, and you can see some of the pictures here. And again, all this is in. This is in. I did put this out on Build a Drone Review Facebook group and page, but it's also on my Fimi group. So if you want to check this out, it's out there as well. Now it is available for sale. It has that 37-minute flight time. That's on the extended battery. The intelligent flight battery is going to give you 31 minutes. And on the intelligent flight battery plus, that's where the drone goes over 250 grams. So just be aware of that, okay? And it's a Type C fast charging battery. It does, and this is its carbon copy. And I wouldn't be surprised if this shot was from the original Mini when they put this together here. All right, a newly upgraded 1/2.5 inch stack CMOS, 3-axis mechanical gimbal, 4K video, 4K 30 frames per second, which is interesting. Search and rescue mode, like on its big brother. Night shooting. The app. The remote controller, which looks a lot like the one for the Fimi X8 Pro. Direct flight with your smartphone. They did this before on the Mini. It really didn't work very well, but it's interesting that they have that on there. Powerful flight plan shooting, and it can do some waypoints there. One tap video. Precision landing. It's advertising precision landing. Time lapse. Live streaming. I doubt it'll be able to do live streaming. Panorama. Home point indication. Vertical shooting mode. Drifting mode. Okay. Multiple safety functions. Return to home. GPS real-time tracking. Non-fly zone protection. Wind warning. Excessive power warning. Low battery alarm in return. Okay. Drone complete specifications are listed right here for you to take a look at. All right. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about, and my good friend Richard, who's in the chat tonight and he's watching, what he was told and what Fimi had mentioned was for those who had ordered the X8 Pro, that it was going to be shipped out on April the 20th, which is, by my calculations, that's a week from Thursday. Okay. Well, it doesn't, there's been no indication about this from Fimi. And when Fimi's been contacted, they're asking, when did you purchase? They're asking, did you order it? And just asking some basic questions, and you said, you guys said the 20th. So let's cross fingers here and let's hope that Fimi's sticking to their guns with this. I'm just going to go out on record and say that. Let's just hope. Doesn't say remote ID and compatibility, so don't get the big battery. That's a good point. That's a good point, Lauren. That's a really good point. Right now, as we talked about last week on the show, as far as the remote ID capability, I've contacted Fimi. I know Gorilla Man, G-Man's contacted them as well. I think Richard, maybe he's actually contacted them as well. This is in the works. It's probably in about 3 to 4 months before they're going to come out. Even though they're remote, they might say remote ID capable. It's not been approved by the FAA. So stay tuned for that. We're going to keep you updated on that. And also stay tuned too. I know I've asked Richard to keep me in the loop as far as if his drone gets shipped or not on the 20th. So I'm crossing fingers that it will. Now, Fimi has also told me, my contact at Fimi has also told me that what they're going to do is after 2 months, which would, I'm guessing, maybe late May, June, it will be available for sale on Amazon. And that's what I'm waiting for before I would dip my toes in the water. And the one thing why I like buying off of Amazon is they have such a great return policy with this, where you're purchasing it directly from Fimi. Mm, you know, I may have to purchase the TX10 directly, 10A directly from Fimi, which is what I was planning on doing. And I'm hoping, and we really haven't seen the other thing. I know G-Man pointed this out, and I think Richard did too. And Richard, thank you so much for all your correspondence and keeping me in the loop. I really appreciate that. And same for you too, G-Man. Really appreciate it. Art's in the house. Welcome, Art. Been seeing pictures from your trip. Glad you've had safe travels and enjoying yourself. Good for you to stop in tonight. Um, I want to, like I said, I want to thank Richard and G Man for keeping me in the loop and in all this. We want to make sure that we keep you guys informed and up to date with what's going on with Fimi. The jury's still out. I'm very hopeful for this, and I think one of the things that both of them brought up, and I agree with, and also my son-in-law too. Where's the video? Because we saw like a 20-second video that was just photoshopped and edited, and just there's no flight video. We haven't seen anything of it flying yet, or video from a flight. So we're anxious for that. We're anxious for maybe for some people that may have got their hands on it, so we could see a hands-on review of this. So stay tuned for all this. It's going to be coming up. We don't know. Again, Art, glad you're having a good time over there. That's incredibly long trip over there. Hope you enjoy yourself and have a good visit over in the Philippines. Yeah, he really does. Joan Views. He really does a he does his due diligence with Fimi, and I got to give him credit. I don't know if you guys saw it. He did one of his latest videos on his latest Fimi X8 2022 V2, and it was stellar for him. He had absolutely it was a great flight. I watched his video. The screen was clear. Did not see any horizon tilt on it. He really didn't have any issues. So and that was good. He had no interference, no problems. It was great. So we're going to bring you more up to date information on Fimi. It's about when the Mini is supposed to ship, and also when the X8 Pro is supposed to ship, and when the videos come out. So stay tuned for us. We'll get on top of that. And when the X8 Pro comes out on Amazon, I'm going to dip my toes in the water and be looking at getting that in to test that out, because I really think Fimi is a very viable option for a lot of people. It's not as expensive as some of the other drones, but with some of the limited track record that I've had with it, I think Fimi's kind of getting there, and I'd really like to see them get to this point and really get there. So, question of the day: what did you think of the updates to the Fimi X8 Mini V2 and Fimi X8 Pro? Let me know in the comments section below. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, it's a great day to fly.